Hello, students. So glad to be here with you again for your lecture. So today we're going to continue on to Asian culture, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed the intro to Hindu dance video. That one is so great. It really tells you a lot about the connection of emotion and movement, which is so awesome, right? So today we're going to take a journey to Cambodia and Japan. Cool, right? So our vocab word for today is also appropriation, okay? So when we're talking about appropriation, we're talking today about cultural appropriation. So cultural appropriation can be positive or it can be negative, right? So positive cultural appropriation, excuse me, I'm still sick, uh, is let's say doing yoga or eating sushi, right? That's not the indigenous culture of, let's say, kind of blanketed American culture, right? It's kind of hard in the US because we're such a melting pot, but I wouldn't say that Japanese food, right, is the norm as opposed to burgers and fries in the US, right? So that's positive appropriation, okay? We are engaging in activities or likenesses of another culture and we're honoring them, we're paying an homage to them. Now, negative cultural appropriation would be to mock that culture, right? Blackface is negative cultural appropriation. Caucasian people dressing in dreads, negative cultural appropriation, right? Sometimes you see people at festivals wearing Native American headdresses as just kind of fashion. That's negative cultural appropriation, right? So in today's two videos that you're going to watch, okay, the two videos that you're going to be watching are the Javanese court dance, okay, and then the second one is going to be kabuki theater, okay? So let's start with kabuki theater, okay? Kabuki theater is Japanese classical dance, okay? Just like classical ballet or classical Indian dance, kabuki is classical art theater in Japan, okay? So, classical kabuki theater is men dressed as women performing. Now, it's very important to understand that this is not drag. It is men portraying women's stories because women, for a long time, were not allowed to be on the stage or kind of in public in that way in Japan. So, they would tell stories about women and what they were going through, and it became a very honored and still is revered profession in Japanese men, right? So this has nothing to do with sexual identity or gender association. Kabuki theater is men portraying women in women's plight, okay? So that would be positive gender cultural appropriation, okay? So moving along to the Javanese court dance, okay? So in Cambodia, we had this very traditional dance, right? This Javanese court dance. And what's important about this dance is the use of the scarf, okay? So when you're watching this video, I want you to see how they move and press that scarf around, okay? So that scarf specifically shows emotion in dance, and that's going to be a really prominent theme they're going to see in more Asian dance as we continue on, okay? So the Javanese court dance is performed in the video that you watch by two Caucasian sisters, okay? Two women who are Caucasian. They are not Cambodian, right? Now, you would think, maybe it's negative cultural appropriation because they're not indigenously Cambodian, right? But what's important to note is that when you read this in your textbook, okay, excuse me, you're going to notice that the Khmer Rouge was a political movement in Cambodia that ended up killing all the dancers in Cambodia. It's an atrocity, truly. That being said, it was almost lost. This dance form, this classical Cambodian dance form was almost lost. So these two sisters have maintained a visual and physical record of this dance that would have been lost if it was not for them. So this is a very important video to watch because it's history being preserved, which is awesome. So I want you guys, for your homework for this thread, to post a moment where you felt that you participated in cultural appropriation. Okay, so let us know what activities or food or movements or culture that you experience that is culturally appropriated from your culture. Okay, something that's not indigenous to your culture. So if you guys have any questions, let me know, but I very much look forward to listening to your questions and your answers, and I hope you guys have a really great weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye.